What up, though? And welcome to Lunchtime Detroit Lions Talk, brought to you by Detroit Lions on the Prowl and Lions Nation Unite. It's your man, Curt Steele. Today is Monday, December 12th, 2022. On deck for today's show, we celebrate Victory Monday, dog, with the Lions 34-23 win over the Vikings at Ford Field on Sunday. Not in our house, player. I'll go over the team stats for the game. LL looks at how the offense performs. Coach Mike does the same for the defense. And I name my bossed up, balled out, and balled on players of the game. But before we get into all that, man, it's time to bring in the rest of the crew. And with his usual Victory Monday chain and glasses on, man, it's LL Cool Torrance. What's going on, my guy?
Good victory morning, Proud Nation.
Man, and he cooked up the Lions victory because he's a chef and he called it earlier in the week. Is my man who?
Hey, I'm getting used to LL and victory glasses and all that victory stuff, man. It's the Wolverine, Coach Mike Jones. What's going on, Lion fans?
Let's get this thing started
Right now.
Let's go.
It's Detroit Lions talk, baby.
Welcome to Detroit.
Welcome back to the show, everybody. Go ahead, Kurt. Kick this Victory Monday off right.
Yeah, I know how we do around this time on Victory Monday, man. Let's look at the team stats for this Lions win yesterday over the Vikings. You won't win the division in our house, player. That ain't how we doing. That ain't how we rolling, man. But first up, we got first downs, 23 apiece. But in passing first downs, 18 apiece. But rushing first downs, the Lions had 4 and the Vikings had 2. Penalties on first downs. We only had 1. They had 3. But that was earlier in the game when we had this like crazy penalties to start the game. All right, then we had third down efficiency. Lions were about 50% at 7 and 15. They were at 40% at 4 for 10. Fourth down efficiency. Both had 1 of 2. Total plays, 62 for the Vikings, 69 for Detroit. Total yards, 416 for the Vikings, which is not bad, but most of that is passing yards because the Lions have 464, baby. Total drives, they had 1 more. They had 11, we had 10. Passing yards, 394 for the Vikings, man. They lit it up. We had 330, but they had 31 or 41. We had 27 or 39. For the Lions, they had 2 people try to throw a pass, which is Dalvin Cook and Kirk Cousins. The Jared Goff did all the passes for the Lions, 27-39, 69.5%. Passing yards per play, pretty even, 8.8 for the Vikings, 8.5 for the Lions. No interceptions in the game for either team. Sacks, 4 for 31 for Detroit, 0.0, and 0 is the 0. No sacks of Jared Goff. That offensive line, man, even bringing in Logan Stenberg, they played pretty good yesterday. Rushing yards, 22, 20 damn 2. Woo, 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 for the Vikings. Man, 134 for Detroit. A lot of that came, now some of that came on that long fake punt, but I don't give a damn where they come from as long as we got them. All right, rushing attempts, we had 30, they had 17. Yards per attempt, 1.3 for the Vikings. They wrapped up Cook in the backfield a lot. 4.5 for the Lions. Red zone attempts, 2 for 4 for the Vikings, including that fumble at the goal line. 2 for 2 for Detroit. Hey, I ain't mad at that at all. Penalties, 7 for 51 for the Lions, which was, we had 5 in the first half. Got to clean that up. 3 for 25 for the Vikings. 2 turnovers no turnovers for the Lions. So they didn't have any turnovers. They didn't have no fumbles, no special teams, touchdowns. None for the Vikings as well. They had 2 lost fumbles, though. Time possession. There's where I get into it. 31 minutes for the Lions, 28 for the Vikings, and a lot of had to do with the Lions' offense in the second half. They really controlled the clock after halftime. Like, they really controlled the game. Long sustained drives, kept those guys on the bench because the Vikings could score fast. They didn't have to they had a couple of scoring drives that was pretty quick. So the Lions needed to have sustained drives to keep those guys out of the end zone and secure that 11-point victory. But as far as the game overall, man, I'm proud of the Lions. I'm proud of the effort. I'm proud of they said now in our house. We had big plays all over the field, some gambles.
Right.
They played to win this game. They didn't play to lose. You look at the week 3 game, they played not to lose. In this one, they played to win.
Right.
Fake punt in ours, we wasn't even close to getting out of our zone. And they 40-something, boom, 40-something yard run on the fake punt by CJ Moore. And then the big fella with the hands, man. Pendesu. I say his name country as hell. Man, that was I was impressed with that play. Impressed with that play. But overall, man, I just think the Lions played great as far as on the offensive side of the ball. Of course, the defense, we had some issues, but our number one corner was there, and then he came out. I think his conditioning wasn't there just because of the illness. Probably was probably couldn't breathe right. You getting that cardio, you missing practice because of a cold, that cardio can affect you. So we can get him, hopefully we can get him healthy in the next couple of days and get him ready to go against the Jets next Sunday. But overall, man, I'm proud of the effort. And they came in and they just really held their own and was like, you're not winning here. And they were ahead most of the game. And, you're looking at that, they scored that late touchdown, but the Lions came right back down the field and go ahead and shut the door with that game-winning ceiling field goal. They're like, man, you ain't finna do that up in here, man. But what do you guys think about this game, man? Just the overall game before we get into the breakdown on offense and defense.
The game plan overall was good, and we're starting to see more consistent game plan calling and inner game decision making going on by the Detroit Lions that are starting to be flawless now. We had it against New York. We had it against Jacksonville. Now we had it against the Vikings the second game. And the coaching is lining up with the players. And it's a beautiful thing, man. It's just, it's just a good look right now in Detroit, man. I swear, we on top of the world right now. Can't nobody tell me nothing about the Lions. Not a man, nada.
Not a nan nutter. What you got? You got LL? Oh man.
Well, Curt, you already know, but this one here is Lake Minnetonka's best right here. But I wanna start out with just a little something different. You kind of alluded to it, Curt, but this one goes out to a few special Minnesota Vikings players out there. I want to thank Kirk Cousins. I want to thank DJ Wanham. I want to thank Jalen Rager. I want to thank whoever the hell else over there who called this a T-shirt and cap game, who said they guarantee that they're going to clinch this game. They guarantee to win on this Sunday. How you like that, huh? How you like that, huh? I like it, man. It's like Dan Campbell them felt the same way. It's like, no, y'all, no, people. And I want to say Cam Dansel, you a punk. You gonna say all that, and then you got that drop on your head top like that. We got to see what we've been calling for, man. Deep shots, hard play action at all, man. Hard on defense, like you said. We gave up a lot on the pass. We ain't give up nothing in the run. I'm okay with that. We would all like it to be a little bit better on the passing side, but I don't even care. We made them one-dimensional, and we stopped them anyway. Great game, Lions. Shout out to Minnesota, man.
All right. So, like the video, share the video, comment on the video, man. And y'all know what it is. The family discussion topic for today, man, is what did you take away from the game, man? Are the Lions getting ready to make a playoff run? Or are they, are they just faking it, or are they just legit? Just let us know. What did you take away from the game, man? I know what I took away from the game, that we ain't no punk bitch, and we about to go ahead and make this damn run. That's what I'm taking away from the game. You got to bring your lunch pail when you play Detroit. We coming for you. You know what I'm saying? We coming for that dome. We coming for that head and the pass rush. Oh my God, that pass rush. That any team plays us, that pass rush is getting there.
Mm-hmm.
4 of them. But
James
3 of them
Houston
are
got another
cousins, and one of them on Dalvin Cook on that. They try to do that pop pass, but and they're causing that fumble. Big bugs up in that thing, smacking that ball out of his hands, man. Get that shit out of here. But that's what I'm taking away from the game. Hey, we no punks, man. You got to bring your lunch, man. What you guys take away from the game before we move on?
You know what? Our team is opportunistic, and I'm liking it. I'm liking the fact that they're trusting their instincts and they're being opportunistic. They're young. The energy is changed, and they just doing it. They playing right now. They're playing without thinking, and I like it.
Yeah.
great win. I'm glad we're keeping it going, man. Dan Cameron said it a little while ago. Just keep stacking them. Just keep stacking them. Just keep stacking them.
And Kyle, I loved it last night. Remember I talked about this the other day before we moved. Remember I said Kyle Brandt was on Good Morning Football talking about the Vikings had no business losing to the Vikings because they were the 10-2 team that had no business losing to Detroit. I watched he has his own little YouTube show. He ate them words last night. Now he talking about we need to have Detroit in the playoffs. How them words taste, brother? That didn't age well, did it?
Hell no.
No business. They had no business trying to talk in that bull crap coming in the forward field. But y'all know what time it is, man. Hey, if it's Christmas time, you got 12 shopping days left, man. 12 shopping days left till Christmas, man. So go to fanatics.com. Links in the description below, man. Get your favorite fan their favorite gear from their favorite team. Of course, man, we got to get some Lions gear in there because, I'm rocking that 2022. You know what I'm saying? Salute the service cap, man. That 5950 low profile cap. So go ahead to fanatics.com. Links in the description. A portion of the proceeds from that link go to help us grow the content right here on Detroit Lions on the Prowl. Your home for Detroit Lions news and rumors. Check us out on Lions Nation Unite. Go over and check out the more after the game. He had the post game with Micro Mike and Herman Moore last night. So go to their YouTube channel and check it out, man. They help us bring you this content. So go ahead and check us out on LNU. Go to the app. It's in the Google, Android, or Apple App Store for your mobile devices. Or you can just type in lionsnationunite.com in the web browser. And while you're over there, go to LNUshop.com. Get the real deal gear from Lions Nation Unite right there in LNU Shop, man. Don't get that fake crap over there on Facebook. Whatever. And then go hang out with us on Detroit Lions on the Prowl.com. While you're there, click on that link for lionsontheprowlshop.com and get yourself some Prowl Nation gear. Because we ain't got viewers. We got family right here in Detroit Lions on the Prowl. It's all love right here on your home for Detroit Lions news and rumors. Now we got about how many days? We got 19 days, baby. 19 days to the college football playoffs. And Coach Jones gonna hook you up with that Wolverine gear. Because if you're a Wolverine on Saturday and a Lion on Sunday, Coach Jones, baby, gonna hook you up with that Wolverine gear. So go to wolverine.com, that link's in the description below, and grab yourself some Wolverine gear and get yourself ready for the college football playoffs. Big Lion man. Y'all know who he is. Aaron Latimer. That's the guy, man. Y'all see him all over Detroit, man. He does some big things, man. And his charity work is profound. He is helping out the American Cancer Society of Michigan with his Roll Up gear. Links in the description below. So go do your part for the fight against cancer and get yourself some Roll Up gear. So, all right. Paid all the bills. You know what I'm saying? We'll talk about the doggone social media here in a minute, man, because, we got to bring in our resident Rick Ross, man. I see you down there, man, like he owning a wing stop right now. It's my man, LL Cool Torrance, man. Holler at us about the offense, how they performed on Sunday.
I just want to hit that one more time. You know what I'm saying? I just want to get, just right on the top of Cam Dantzler head. One more time, man. Ooh, that's some good stuff right there. Thank you, Minnesota. Again, shout out to y'all, man. But man, it's like I know it's a joke. And for the sake of for the sake of conversation, I'm gonna just say great minds think alike. I don't think they watch us and get their game plan or nothing like that. But a lot of things we've been calling for starting to see that out there on the field. I've been saying that we need to see them deep shots, them choke plays. We got to see 3 of them. One of them included a fake though. That was I think it was 42 to CJ Moore. Yeah, 42-yard rush to CJ Moore. You got a 48-yard bomb to DJ Chark. That was that That was that head topper on Cam Dancer ass, and a 41-yard bomb in his first NFL touchdown to Jameson Williams. I wanted to go back. I was going to go back and watch the video. Did I predict his first touchdown? I don't know if I said that or not, but congrats on your first NFL touchdown, Jameson Williams, man. Lovely to see. Lovely to see. And this is including y'all's friend. I know I don't even like to say much about him because we ain't had much to talk about because, in some of those wins, he didn't do much. But, man, did he do it this game. Great game playing by the offense, great execution by the offensive players, Jared Goff included. Probably his best game as a Lion in somebody's opinion. I don't know. I ain't really thought about it that hard.
Said the same thing last week.
Yeah, or that. Or last week. Just keep stacking him. Shoot, good couple games, Jared Goff. Keep going, man. It's however it goes, I've been saying whatever's clever, if he could play well enough to stick around, I like it because now we're open to the prospect of maybe not having to take a quarterback, especially not early. So hats off to the offense, man. Kept the ball rolling. There wasn't very many lulls. Wasn't too many stalled drives. We kept the ball rolling. We kept the chains moving. Even the run game, one game wasn't super effective, but they kept at it and they kept moving the ball. They kept moving the chains with it, man. Lovely, man. I like to see it. Again, congrats to Jameson Williams. Amon got loose a couple of times as well. Josh Reynolds got used a little bit more. It was just a good passing game, a good game for our passing offense against their passing defense. We called it. We said, use the passes up the run. We said that again last week, and they used it. Again, great minds think alike. I'm not going to say that Ben Johnson is taking notes from our videos or anything like that, but I personally love to see it. What do you guys think about the offensive output from yesterday?
Bruh, they kept Goff clean, man, and he torched their ass. That dude, he torched them. He torched them. No sacks. They kept him clean. No sacks. Jared Goff threw the ball. Yeah. He threw the ball to 11 different receivers and connected to 9 different people. 9 different players caught a pass in the game from Jared Goff yesterday. That's ridiculous amount of spreading the ball. He spread the wealth to all his receivers. You look at him, he just kind of picked his poison. He kind of just looked at the defense and how they were lining up and just took whatever they gave him. Okay, you're going to line up like this. Okay, this guy's going to be open, and he just took what he needed to do. He progressed through his reads. If his first read wasn't there, he can make a second read. And what I liked about him, and a lot of people don't like when he does this sometimes, but if the play wasn't there, he just threw the ball on the ground. Instead of taking a sack, he just threw the ball into the ground. Yeah. Throw it on the ground. Okay, and ain't there. We just lived to fight another day. I love how he did that. Smart decision making from Jared Goff. Had a really great game. He was my MVP of this game, hands down. He just played great. Like you said, those 2 long touchdown passes, man. I don't know how the hell did you forget Jameson Williams was on the, because Taylor Decker said, I didn't realize he was on the field when he caught a touchdown. Well, apparently the Vikings forgot he was on the field too. Have his ass wide open. Solid run game. All 3 backs contributed. You had that nice touchdown run by Jackson there down in the red zone. Ben Johnson, you called a game, my brother. You called a game. And you exploited their weakness. Their weakness is their secondary, and you exploited it all day. They played that umbrella coverage, and they just gave up stuff underneath. And then when the big shots was there, you weren't afraid to take the shots down the field and get some explosive plays. Shout out to Ben Johnson. And that one play at the goal, Josh Reynolds touchdown, that fake that Jared Goff did, like he faked that toss sweep and just turned and threw the ball to, man, that was a great play call.
The
offense was clicking. I'm liking that. And, we got a tough defense we're going up against next week. So we got to be clicking again when we go against the Jets. But I'm loving what I'm seeing from Ben Johnson's group on the field. What you got, Coach Mike?
I'm loving Jared Goff's pocket awareness. There was a few times where he stepped up. There was a time where he spun out of the way of them getting to him. His pocket awareness, I think that's going with his confidence. As his confidence rises, his pocket awareness rises. And, we all know Jared Goff ain't the fastest person in the world. We all know he's kind of slew-footed. But he does things, slight little movements that buys him the extra second or two to get rid of the ball. And I'm liking that. I'm liking his awareness. It's picking up every week. It's picking up every week. And our O-line is that's the top three, top two, top O-line that we said we was gonna have in the start of the damn season. Because them boys is doing it. Man, they doing it. So shout out to that O-line, dog. We used to call them hog dogs.
Hank Fraley, baby.
Yeah, when I was in high school, we called them hog dogs, man. They doing their thing. Them is some steam plows right there, man. So hey, keep doing y'all thing, man. I love it. I love it.
Yeah, definitely. And I hope we can get Evan Brown back this week too, man. That is just gonna add to the mix. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But hey, like the video, share the video, comment on the video. All these things help us with this YouTube algorithm and get this content out to more Lions fans just like yourself. All right. We talked about the offense, man. All right, so go check us out on your favorite social media platforms, man. We got YouTube, we got Facebook. You see the links on the screen, man. And make sure you go over because it's gonna be another thirsty week over there on LL's Instagram page, man. It's gonna be all week, man. So go ahead and get your taste buds ready for the thirsty week over there on LL's Instagram page. But let's talk about this doggone defense, man. Coach Mike, what about it, man?
That front seven. Whew. Man, I don't even know where to start, man. So I'm gonna start with the number one person that I was critical of in this front seven. That's Alex Anzalone. I don't know if Malcolm Rodriguez got to him, but I think his play is inspired by Malcolm Rodriguez. I think Malcolm Rodriguez downhill attacking approach rubbed off on the veteran Anzalone, because Anzalone's stepping up and he hitting now. Like he all of a sudden filling gaps and like the contact. Like who the hell is this? Man, I'm telling you, man, that's the Malcolm Rodriguez effect, man. But you know what? Can none of us ever doubt Brad Holmes drafting again? Because I know we all like, man, more defensive linemen? Like he keep wasting picks. Nah, he know what he doing, man. That D-line, 15 rushes for 22 yards.
Yeah.
Dalvin Cook, 15 rushes for 20. Man, that D-line is not nothing to play with. We had Romeo back out there, and he started the game. He wasn't just in there like 1 or 2. He started the game, and he was a factor, man. We just got it's so deep out there, man. That D-line is deep. I mean, it's deep. Like we got about 8 D-linemen that can play at any given time, man. It's when you got that many D-linemen, man, you doing something, man. It's kind of like that 2013-14 Detroit Lions, man, with that deep D-line. They was kind of playing like that. When you hold Dalvin Cook to 15 rushes and 22 yards, y'all doing something. Now, the back end of that defense, they struggled. But you know what? They allowed Justin Jefferson to have the same identical game that he had in Ford Field last year, where he had all those yards, but we still won. You know what I'm saying? Like that, because last year he had a whole bunch of yards at our Ford Field, but he didn't have no touchdowns.
He had a $190, I believe, last year.
Huh?
He had a $190 last year, I believe.
Yeah. So but he didn't impact the game like that. He did it like in between the 20s. You know what I'm saying? So that was good, man. We allowed that, but man, I'm just loving the D-line, man. Like, that make me proud, man. I love the D-line, man. I'm a D-line coach, man. That D-line, whew, that's how it is, man. What y'all got to say about that, man? That D-line.
All right, for me, that D-line pressure, man. They were smacking around Cousins all game, man. Got him to the ground 3 times. And then that halfback pass, sack fumble by Buggs was great. I talked about that earlier. Aiden Hutchinson made his presence felt the whole game. You know what I'm saying? His stat line, even though he had a greater stat line, but he had a good stat line. You know what I'm saying? You look at how he did it. He did his business, man. Because they had 2 tackles, but both of them were solo. He had 1 sack, 2 tackles for loss, and 2 quarterback hits. He was in Kirk Cousins' face all game long. So I like what Aiden Hutchinson did, man. So you look at that, I'm liking what he did. Dalvin Cook got cooked by that front 7. So Dalvin got cooked. Dalvin got cooked by that Lions front, man. They was in that dude's face. Man, as soon as he got the ball, they was in his face. So, like, I love him, that run defense, man. And we talked about this on the keys of the game on Thursday. Win a turnover battle, and they did that. 2 fumbles. 1 was at the end of the game in garbage time, but you had that 1 key down there on the goal line, man. Win a turnover battle, you're going to win it. And they've been doing that over the last 6 games. They've been winning the turnover battle. So I'm loving what the defense is doing right now, man. They got to shore up some of that stuff in the secondary because we ain't getting no easier coming up next week because Garrett Wilson is a beast. So I hope we can get and Corey Davis is good too. So you can't forget about that cat. So you got to make sure you tighten that stuff up going down the stretch, man. But I think I have confidence, man, with that front 7, man, and we can get Derek Barnes back. And even Jared Davis didn't play bad. You know what I'm saying? You know, he had that.
He was out there knocking people around.
Yeah, so he did his thing, man. You know, I'm just liking what AG's group is doing. You can't stop everyone, but you make a team one-dimensional, and that goes along with the offense as well. Those long, sustained drives really made them one-dimensional as well. So when you do that, man, and you can let that pass rush just go, you're going to get pressure, and I'm loving what the D-line is doing in that front 7. So what you got, LL?
Yeah, man. We cut him in half, and, you know, it's usually I would have thought that one big surprise, and I guess shout out to him for not doing that. I thought for sure Kirk Cousins was going to throw us one. Mm-hmm. I thought for certain he was. Like, the more that he throw, the more he likely to throw him one. But, you know, he didn't. But still, shout out to our defense. You know, your man's Justin Jefferson, he got off, but he didn't get into the end zone. So, you know, like Coach Mike said, it wasn't very impactful. James Houston got another sack. I like it, man. I love it, man. It's just, you know, I love it, man. You know, I love it. Things is coming into shape here and in the future. You know, maybe we could, you know, look at these positions and look at, all right, well, cornerback is a clear need. So, you know, we got to start looking at them guys. And that's just myself, maybe I should say, because I know Coach Mike said you don't look at the draft that early. My apologies. But, no, man, solid defensive game. Man, like I said, we cut him in half. Stopped Dalvin Cook completely. You know, he came off a decent game last week or whatever. Usually have a decent game against us. I want to say, like, they was talking about his numbers against the Lions before the game. They was like, what a perfect game to sit his ass down like that, set his ass on the grass for a little while. I love it, man. Shout out to the defense. Shout out to AG. You know, I was one of the ones suggesting, hey, man, maybe you know, AG ain't long for Detroit, and maybe
I said the same thing too.
Something was in the mix, and you know, peace to Aubrey Pleasant, but man, I love the turnaround since he's been gone, man. You know, so shout out to the Lions, man. Shout out to the defense. Shout out to the pass rush. Shout out to making it tough. You know, even though they, you know, were able to rack up some offensive yards, we made it real hard on them, and that's what you got to do.
Yeah, man. And one thing, man, I got to give a shout out to a player, man, because I love to see him and where he's performing. Shout out to Michael Brockers, man. Good job holding down that bench, man. Great job holding that clipboard, brother. All right, so that is time for me today about balled out and balled on players of the game. Now, he got an audible mention last week, but this week he is on the graphic. Jared Goff, 27 of 39, 330 yards and 3 touchdowns from an offensive bossed up ball out player of the game. For defense, Aiden Hudson. And he even did the bossed up on the field. He was giving it to him, baby. That's what I'm talking about. 1 sack, 2 tackles for loss, 2 quarterback hits for the first-year player, man. He is racking up the sacks all season. That's what I'm liking about the young fella, man. He's making his presence felt. And our balled-on player of the game. You see the graphic, man. Justin Jefferson standing over Mike Hughes, man. Is the Lions secondary. Man, I can't. That Joker had 200. Now, he didn't score a touchdown. That's the only thing I can say about the Lions secondary, because they gave up like 400 yards passing to doggone Kirk Cousins, man. They was getting cooked all game, but But they made the line. They made the Vikings one dimensional. But that secondary was getting lit up, man. And Justin Jefferson was a one-man wrecking crew between the 20s, man. They, like I said, and the Lions secondary lucked up, man, because they blew that one play dead. Actually, Justin Jefferson was not out of bounds. That was the touchdown. They just actually blew the play dead.
It was.
That was a touchdown.
Yeah.
That was a touchdown.
He stepped out. He stepped out.
Nah, he didn't. I can't even lie to you.
No, that one angle they showed his ankle his ankle stepped down. Well, I don't know if they showed it from another angle to show that it didn't, but from the one angle, it looked like it came down. He was out. He was out.
All right, so but I don't mention for the boss up player of the game, man. DJ Chark again, another big game, man. 6 receptions on 7 targets for 94 yards and a touchdown. That dude he's stacking some games. He had a great game last week as well. So DJ Chark, man, is becoming a force, man. He's trying to keep that young fella at bay, but you ain't gonna be able to do it because that dude is a weapon. So but shout out to DJ Chark, man. He doing his thing, man. Now it's time for us to zip our lip and see what you had to say about yesterday's show or shooting the last show on Thursday. It's time for the comment cards, baby. First up, we got Chris Daly. He says you guys are the effing best. I really love the balance of bullshitting and breakdown and analysis. Well, thank you. We like to have fun on the show, man. You can't.
Right.
We talking our favorite team, man. We should be having fun and having a great time and giving you some great knowledge. So appreciate you with the love there, Chris.
Yeah, shout out, Chris.
Yeah, word. Thanks for the comment. My apologies in advance. Wally Rauvala, if I'm saying that right. I feel like we've seen him.
Yeah,
before,
we've seen him. He ain't been here in a while, but welcome back, Wally.
Welcome back, Wally. He says, I really think that this is a statement game for both teams. Minnesota wins the division with a win. Detroit keeps their playoff hopes alive with a win, and they send a notice to the rest of the league that they are for real. Go Lions. Huh? Yes. And I love the statement that we made, and I love all the statements that they made prior to the game, but didn't back none of them up. Thanks for the comment.
Yeah. Kirkland Pratt says, what's up, fellas? What up, though? Great show, and I was breaking down JG's success. You know what? We got to call him Jay Jizzle now. Now everybody know him as Jay Jizzle. Really breaking down JG's success this season. The consistency of the team is at the top of the list. Next up, he's not suffering from bad weather, also, a.k.a. baby hands. Hey, that's my thing. We hold on to him for the next 2 years on the cheap while getting his replacement in the draft. Yeah, I mean, you know what? I would draft a quarterback in the 3rd round. Like a little project QB, like maybe a Max Duggan or something like that in the 3rd round, man. And yeah,
and
man.
the hooker might be
there.
Yeah, with the injury. So yeah, you're right.
Yeah,
you're right. Man, guess who's back in the building? Turner Burley. He said, I haven't been here, but I always keep up and I always keep you all in my prayers, and I'm always thinking about you. Thanks, Turner C. Burley. Turner C. Burley back in the building, man. Back on the Wall of Fame, man. I know he had some issues over there with Facebook and just like that, and having to shut his page down. But welcome back, Turner. We appreciate you being right here on Detroit Lions on the Prowl, man. You part of the Prowl.
Welcome back.
Always, baby.
Welcome back, man. The law firm and also friend of the show, Joseph Murdoch, said, we all cool, LL cool. I give my left pinky toe to witness the Lions winning the Super Bowl. That's die hard. I truly believe that we'll beat the Vikings. Stay cool and enjoy the game. Go Lions. Yeah, I get my left pinky toe. That mug ain't doing nothing. And watch how you spelling cool. You spell cool with a K. That means something different, So spell it with a C.
Randy Fritz. Shout out to you because you were the Swami. He said for the Lions to win, I'm thinking defense is gonna have to do it with sacks and TOs. However, an unleashed Jameson Williams goes deep in the 1st quarter. Man, okay, he getting his Swami on. He goes deep in the 1st quarter and opens up everything for the O. No doubt the Lions have at least one trick play prepared, the fake punt, and play prepared to mess with Minnesota minds too. That he predicted everything.
Yeah, that's bad. Did you,
damn thing?
Man? He swam me though. You ain't lying. You ain't lying. He ain't lying. He ain't lying. That boy good.
Yeah, he called it perfectly.
Now it's time to go from my favorite segment to the show to everyone else's favorite segment of the show. It's time for dessert with your man Curt, brought to you by Delightful Bites. Custom cookies and desserts for any occasion. If you like how they look, you'll love how they taste, man. Grand's your 12. Have some coffee with your dessert thing, man. Go over to the link for Facebook in the description below. If you don't do the Facebook thing, you can go over to TikTok and Instagram and just type in Delightful Bites in the search engine on the app, and you will see all that beautiful desserts footage. Delightful Bites. Get your cookie on. Jared Goff once again is on. Nominated for FedEx Air Player of the Week over there on NFL.com. Go on over and vote, man. Let's get JG or Jay Dizzle his award this time, man. I think he deserves it, man. Yeah, man. See, the thing is, he got the W too. So you just can't just have the stats. You got to have the stats and a W, and he got the big win over that division rival. So go ahead, man, and get that thing over there for Jared Goff at the NFL.com. Vote for him for FedEx Air Player of the Week. All right, now it's time to take that quick walk on over to the Wall of Fame, baby. First up in our bronze members, we got my man Brian Stover, Detroit Drew, Joe Mo is in the building, Rich Bean. We got We On Top, Doe 100, Jason Portis, and Doug Prince 72 is in the building. Several members. We got John Martin, Henry Wallace, Kirkland Pratt, who was in the comment cards, and Big Dale was in the building. Our gold members, we got Mr. Reliable Michael Huck. Turner Burley is back in the building on the Wall of Fame for the gold members. You got North End Ken, Jess and the D, Michael Lewis, Lady Lionel or Deuce Baggy, and make sure you go and check out the Lioness Layer replay over there on our channel as well. Just click back a couple of videos. Dominic Davis, Paul Rose, and the Doctor. Dr. Detroit, he is always in. To become a member of the Wall of Fame, click that join and now button in the description. Now it's time for final thoughts on this Victory Monday, man. LL, what you got?
Shout out to Lioness Layer. I watched a little bit of the replay. Shout out to you ladies doing a wonderful job. And I shouted her out because I was planning on doing this anyway, but I was going to say shout out to Logan Stenberg and Lady Lionel had mentioned him as well. Got the first start, didn't give up a sack. Well, not the first start, but got the start and didn't give up a sack. And shout out to the Lions offense. They showed on the broadcast. Lions offense is third in the NFL in fourth quarter points, and it's not all in garbage points. And they made a point to say that. And we've scored at least 25 in the last 5 straight games.
Yeah,
so
man.
Here's another one out to Cam Dantzler and Jalen Rager and all them other fools over there sitting on the side of the lake wishing they said something different.
All right. What you got, Coach Mike?
Man, I'm so happy and I'm still speechless at how this team is performing. I can't wait to get to work and Doug Prince 72 come down, man, and with that big ass smile he be having on his face, like, man. And we be loud as hell, man, not even caring about who around or nothing. We just be, yeah, man. I'm just loving the Lions. They play right now, man, because it's the coaching, the players, everything is in sync right now. Right. I'm scared what these boys can do, man, in the future, man. Woo, it's lovely, man. It's lovely.
Yeah, on this Victory Monday, man, for me, I'm just gonna have some fun, man. Enjoy my family, man. Get ready for the holiday season and just enjoy everybody. Great game by the Lions, great game by the coaching staff, and you know what I'm saying. And let's, keep it going, fellas. Keep it going. Get riding, man. Hopefully, you know what I'm saying, it'll be one of those things where, I get to see you guys in a couple of weeks and I'm like, man, this is my team. I'm going to walk my walk and talk my talk. So Lions fans, you go to work today, walk your walk, talk your ish, because, it's a Victory Monday right here on Detroit Lions on the Prowl, your home for Detroit Lions news and rumors. Man, tune in tomorrow. Man, when we go over the rest of the news and notes for the start of the week for the Detroit Lions, man, and just come out and hang out with us like you usually do on a 2-piece Tuesday or a Taco Tuesday. Now, I know you hung out with us for your lunch, man, so go ahead and get that napkin. Wipe them crumbs off your face, man. Finish your drink and get back to work, baby. And whatever you do in life, you got to boss up, ball out, and be the best version of you that you can be. For my fellas, LL and Coach Mike, this is Curt Steele, and we will holler at you real soon. We love you, Jim.